Nearly every silicon chip on Earth starts its life touching quartz from a single place. Not Taiwan, not Silicon Valley. A town of about 2,000 people in the Appalachian Mountains called Spruce Pine, North Carolina. It supplies the overwhelming majority of the world's ultra-high-purity quartz. The quartz isn't inside the chips. It's used to make the crucibles that hold molten silicon during the Czochralski process. That's where a seed crystal is slowly pulled from the melt to grow giant single-crystal silicon ingots. Those ingots get sliced into wafers. Purity is the entire game. At those temperatures, any contamination in the crucible leaches into the melt and ruins the crystal. So the quartz has to be pure to a level measured in parts per billion. And Spruce Pine's deposit is naturally, freakishly clean, thanks to the specific geology of how it formed hundreds of millions of years ago. Two companies mine it. Sibelco and the Quartz Corp. The exact processing methods are guarded like state secrets. So the entire industry runs on a resource almost nobody outside it has heard of, from mines most people couldn't find on a map. And it's not just chips. The same material feeds solar panel production, which grows silicon the same way, plus other high-purity quartz products. So this single point of failure sits underneath both the chip industry and the solar industry at once. In September 2024, the world got a live demonstration of the risk. Hurricane Helene devastated western North Carolina. Spruce Pine flooded, the rail line washed out, and both mining operations shut down for weeks while the industry held its breath. The immediate crisis was absorbed because crucible makers and silicon growers hold inventory buffers. But the episode made the quiet dependency suddenly very public. Analysts who had never mentioned this town were writing urgent notes about it within days. Synthetic quartz and alternative crucible approaches do exist, but they're substantially more expensive, and the industry has had little incentive to qualify alternatives at scale while the natural deposit stayed cheap and reliable. Here's the strange part. The whole world worries about Taiwan and TSMC, export controls, and fabs. Meanwhile, one of the supply chain's true choke points is a mountain hollow in North Carolina, exposed to nothing more exotic than the weather. Recovery showed the other side of that too. Sibelco, the larger operation, restarted within about 2 weeks. Because when something this irreplaceable stops, everyone from the railroads to the state government suddenly finds ways to move fast. Here's my take. We map supply chain risk by looking at countries and companies, but the real map is geological, and geology doesn't care about your diversification strategy. There is exactly one spruce pine, the entire digital world sits on top of it, and until 2024, almost nobody thought that was worth mentioning.